Welcome to Football Review UK, and this is my completely honest review of the Adidas Ace 16.1 Primeknit. Okay, now just to give you an overview, obviously I'm not a professional YouTuber really, but I do love football, and as you can see from the selection of boots I have here, I have some decent ones. I've got the old Predator Manias, Superflies, Mercurial Vapors, Hypervenoms, etc. So I would like to think that I do have a decent opinion on football boots. Now, as I'm unboxing the Adidas 16.1 Primeknit, I have to say the reason why I've called this a completely honest review is because you must appreciate that a lot of the professional YouTubers have slightly biased views. They're making money from YouTube, they're getting millions and millions of hits, so in a way they're endorsing these products. And are the reviews 100% honest? I'm not too sure. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the YouTube channels are fantastic entertainment, really great. I'm subscribed to a lot of them, but are the reviews completely honest? That's something you have to ask yourself, so that's why I've made this video. Now, as you can see, to be honest, the reason why I did buy these boots, and they're quite expensive, I spent £185. I bought them from Pro Soccer Direct, and the reason why I bought them is because I'm a massive fan of football boots, as you can see from my collection earlier on, and this one has been heavily advertised online. You've seen the Twitter, the Vines, on Facebook as well. So I mean, in terms of marketing, I think Adidas have nailed it right on. Obviously they've given their boots to some of the biggest YouTube channels out there, so that's more exposure for their boots. And I thought, well, I'll give it a go. Now, I'll just go through my sort of brief history of football boots. When I first started playing football about 20 years ago, when I was a lot younger, I was a big Nike fan. And then when the Predator range came out, you can see my old review of the Precision. I ended up buying the Mania boots as well, the Power Swerve, etc. And they were phenomenal. Really great boots. I mean, obviously, David Beckham, Kaká, Zidane, a host of huge names were wearing these boots, but Adidas basically backed it up. The boots were phenomenal, well made, super strong, excellent at striking the ball, controlling the ball, passing. The Adidas Predator range were fantastic, but since then I haven't really bought an Adidas boot. I haven't been a fan of the ranges. I think the boots are a bit cheap in comparison to what you can get for a Nike boot, and that's why I've got the Nike Mercurial Superflies, the Vapors, and also the Tiempo range as well, because they're all super comfortable and really great. Now, what I love about the Adidas Ace 16.1 Primeknit is the look. I mean, they look fantastic. I love the colorway. I know it's not universally popular, but I think they look fantastic. I love the sweeping lines. I love the color. And with the Primeknit collar, which is going to be compared to the dynamic fit collar from the Nike Mercurial Superfly, there are going to be obvious comparisons. Now, I've used these boots for the period of 2 weeks, and I play football 3 times a week, and I have to say, despite the fact that they look great, I'm very, very disappointed in these boots. In comparison to Nike Mercurial Superfly, they're extremely hard. I mean, it felt like putting on a brick when I first wore them. I do understand that some boots take time to bed in, but the sole plate is extremely hard as well. And generally speaking, they're not very comfortable at all. In comparison to Nike Mercurial Superfly, which are probably the best boots I've ever worn, which is high praise considering I've owned most of the Predator range. I mean, it is literally like wearing a sock. I mean, they're super, super comfortable. It's unbelievable. But the Ace 16.1 Primeknit are very, very disappointing. I mean, I've seen so many reviews online where people are saying they're fantastic, they're full of technology, but I mean, they're just so uncomfortable. I mean, I was shocked when I put them on for the first time how tough and hard they were. I mean, the material isn't as soft as obviously the Nike Mercurial Superfly, but I mean, the difference you would expect to be, relatively minimal, but I mean, to be honest, the difference is huge. I mean, I don't know what to say really. I mean, the sole plate as well is so tough. I mean, I've got the firm ground version, but I mean, when you're running, it's literally like running with, I don't know, pieces of wood under your feet. That's how uncomfortable the boots are. I mean, obviously, maybe I'll have to give it a few more weeks, but I have played 6 full games in now, and while they are getting slightly more comfortable, they are still very hard boots. And to be honest, the similar kind of feel I had with older Adidas ranges after the Predator, you know, the F50s, that kind of thing. I mean, just not comfortable really. I mean, maybe my feet are a bit wider than you know, Adidas's sort of main target audience, maybe, I don't know, but I'm very, very disappointed given the price. I mean, it was, to be honest, it was between the Ace 16.1 Primeknit or the Ace 16.2 Prime Mesh, mainly because they're very expensive boots, but I did opt for the top end model to give Adidas a chance and see how good their boots were. But I have to say, if I'm completely honest, they're disappointing and they're not very comfortable. I mean, it's probably contradicting a lot of YouTube channels, but as I've said, you know, they have slightly ulterior motives. You know, they're giving free samples. You know, they wear Adidas sort of merchandise. So that's why I've made this video, because I'm completely honest. If you have any thoughts at all, then, you know, please leave your comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you think, you know, they're just overhyped and they're uncomfortable, or do you think, you know, you're talking a load of rubbish? The greatest boots ever made. If you leave your thoughts and feedback below, that would be appreciated. And thanks, and don't forget to subscribe.